It's Independence Day in Hamilton, Ohio, and you're viewing TV Hamilton's coverage of the City of Hamilton's 53rd Annual 4th of July Parade. Hi, everybody. I'm Ty Bradshaw.
And I'm Mark Murray.
This year, we've got 4 divisions with over 110 different units. That includes 5 high school marching bands.
And we also have 15 floats, each entered to win cash prizes awarded by the Michael J. Colligan Fund at the Hamilton Community Foundation that best carries out the theme of celebrating Hamilton's history, the Great Miami River.
All right, Mark, if you're ready to go, let's get started.
Absolutely, Ty.
Kicking things off, as always, it's Hamilton's finest, the City of Hamilton Police Department, and they'll be accompanied by the Boy Scouts who are carrying the Colligan Parade banner, compliments of the Hamilton Community Foundation. And a special thanks to the police department for making it out and also helping us out in a pinch, making sure that the parade comes down the correct side of the street. That way we can give you a great view here on TV Hamilton.
Boy Scouts near and dear to my heart. Still a 21-year leader myself.
We've got the Hamilton Fire Department Honor Guard making their way through the square now, and there he is. He may be the sheriff of Butler County, but in my opinion, he's America's sheriff. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheriff Richard K. Jones. And he's brought out the full arsenal, as always. He's got the SUVs, he's got the squad car, and I'm sure he'll have some more entries later on in today's parade. Sheriff Jones, always a crowd favorite here in Hamilton. And this will be our parade grand marshal, the Citizen of the Year, Steve Timmer. Actually, it looks like we've got our honorary parade marshal, Mark Rentschler, who's starting things off.
And here we go. Here's Steve Timmer. Citizen of the Year.
It's a pretty big honor.
Now the administrator of the Parks Conservancy, the new Parks Conservancy here in Hamilton.
And folks, this is a sight that you want to see on Independence Day. We've got men and women from our armed forces, and they've got a standing ovation here on the Courthouse Square in downtown Hamilton. Nobody more deserving of a standing ovation than
Absolutely.
These 5 men and
Better
women.
believe it.
Thank you. And now let's listen in to the Hamilton High School Big Blue Marching Band. Take it away.
This is My Country by the Hamilton High Marching Band. They performed in many community and competitive events throughout the year and have earned 2 consecutive excellent ratings at the State of Ohio Marching Band Finals.
Had the pleasure this year of completing my first year as a PA announcer at Hamilton High School, and got to listen to them all year long, and they really do an excellent job. They bring a lot of pep to the arena, and we always appreciate that. Hamilton Color Guard following them. And then they'll be followed by the City of Hamilton Fire Department. So we've got the fire engine and the paramedic unit. Loud enough for you, Mark?
Absolutely, I love it.
Whatever they're hearing here in the square is usually amplified through our headsets. So we are tuned in, awake, and ready to go after a signal from the fire engine. And now a mainstay in the City of Hamilton's 4th of July parade. We're honoring our veterans of all wars in Corvettes, convertibles, and Jeeps. Philip Alexander from the U.S. Army, who served in the Vietnam War. I believe we've got Jerry Andreeden from the Vietnam War in the U.S. Air Force. And once again, you'll see a standing ovation for these men and women. Linda Swink from the U.S. Air Force in the Vietnam era. Howard Cohen from the Army Air Corps in World War II, and that's one thing you start to see that is disheartening, is that we're starting to shift generations where now you'll see more Vietnam, but fewer and fewer of the World War II vets. Our thanks go out to them. Fred Schilling from the U.S. Army Air Corps and the U.S. Marine Corps during World War II.
Got James Stewart from the U.S. Army in World War II.
Joe Siv from the U.S. Marine Corps. And I tell you what, always nice to see our veterans, but sometimes just as nice to see some very, very expensive cars.
Albert A. Miller, another World War II vet. And you know, everybody is still standing, giving these folks a round of applause. It's very heartening.
The city of Hamilton always has such a rich tradition when it comes to military service. A dedicated community all around, and the armed forces are no exception to that rule. The Corvette Club of Hamilton, always a big thanks to them for helping sponsor this portion of the parade.
We've got William Doc Jones, U.S. Navy, World War II.
Rob Hoffman from the Vietnam War and the United States Air Force. Yellow's my color. I think I might have to see if I can bum a ride on the way home with that.
Good luck with that.
I've been doing this for 5 years now, and they still won't let me in these things. It's really unfortunate.
Steve Chase, U.S. Army, Vietnam War.
We've got Bill Kohler from the United States Army in the World War II era.
Stan Jordan, First Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps. Gotta love the Marines. My son himself served 5 years, did a tour in Iraq.
Well, thank him for his service. That is no easy call, and I'm sure as a parent also put you on pins and needles.
We had some times, believe me. We had some times when he'd call us and tell us he was going out on a convoy. Darlene Fields, the Women's Army Corps, Vietnam War.
Be followed by John Miller from the United States Army in the Korean War era.
My dad, Bill Murray. Yes, Bill Murray is my father.
Not the Bill Murray we all think of.
No,
though.
but my Bill Murray tells a lot of jokes.
Ed Crowthers from the U.S. Navy in World War II.
We got Sam Miller, U.S. Army, Vietnam War. Looks like the last of our Corvettes.
And once again, a special thanks to the Corvette Club of Hamilton for sponsoring that section of the parade. And also, more importantly, a big thank you to the men and women who are honored here today, who served our country so bravely. Got the VFW in a camoed car. Look at that. This is the first time I've seen that vehicle. I am a big fan of that.
That's a nice wrap.
That is.
That really is.
They've even got the eagle kind of integrated into that camo. Very impressive.
Beautiful job.
All right, so this is the state president of the Ladies Auxiliary of the VFW, Marilyn McGeorge.
VFW Post 1069 out of Fairfield. Say hello to these guys.
And that's one interesting thing about this parade, is that although it's the city of Hamilton that really sponsors this event, it's not just the city of Hamilton. You'll see marching bands, you'll see floats from all over the Southwest Ohio community. Really speaks to the reputation this parade has. Lieutenant Terrence Graves from Detachment 1830 in the Marine Corps. Correction, that's Detachment 1330. Sometimes these floats get moving through here so quickly, it's a little hard to spot. Boy, that is a tricycle
sweet
that will put all others to shame, right? Look at that.
Another veteran, Robert Harrison, U.S. Navy, World War II.
And a reminder, folks, we've got 15 floats that have been entered to win cash prizes awarded by the Michael J. Colligan Fund at the Hamilton Community Foundation. And this year's winner has to best carry out the theme of celebrating Hamilton's history, the Great Miami River. And I think we might be in a splash zone, so hopefully they don't take this theme too seriously, because I'm hooked up and Mark's hooked up to a lot of electrical equipment. The community jesters here now, supporting our military.
Honor and remember our fallen, absolutely. Here's post 7670, VFW out of Hamilton. Big old float.
Yeah, these floats are definitely moving a lot quicker than what we've seen in previous years, and usually it's because either the heat or they're trying to make it through the rain, but not this year, because I tell you what, for 2 years in a row, folks, we have had unbelievable, spectacular weather. It's about 70 degrees here on Independence Day. You could not have asked for a better weather forecast than what we've received here today, and that shows in the crowd that's come out to see it.
Dick Graff, U.S. Army. Love that ride.
1953 to 1955.
Post 138 commander for the American Legion. Joni Copas, thank you, Joni. She handed me, looks like a magnet. Oh, the City of Character. Absolutely, Hamilton is now a city of character.
Joni didn't give me a magnet, though, so I'm a little offended.
No, gosh, I like this. Thanks, Joni. Acceptance, compassion, honesty, respect, and responsibility. Hi, Kathy. Kathy Klink, one of our councilmen here in Hamilton. For more information about the City of Character, you can contact Pat Moeller, our mayor, at moellerp@ci.hamilton.oh.us.
We've got the personalities from WMOH 1450.
They call themselves the Fogies.
These are past personalities, of course. That's where that Fogies name comes from. And now the van from WMOH 1450, The Ticket. All right, so this is the Presbyterian Church, always a mainstay in the parade as well. They've come out every year that I've been here. Now, one guy who's been here many more years than I have is our station director. He's our cameraman today, Steve Caldwell. This is 24 for him. Folks, you can do the math. That makes him, well, a heck of a lot older than I am.
I think he's 28. He'll tell me he's 28.
Well, he looks every bit of it.
The old church down by the river, 1801.
Beautiful float there. I think that one might be a contender. They did a very nice job representing the theme this year.
Ty, here's some friends of mine, the Hamilton Tree Advisory Board. I serve as the city's liaison to this board. They do a lot of good for Hamilton. 11 years as a tree city. Hi, Carrie.
There's Dan Gladish from Miami Hamilton. I always remember
Gladish.
him. Professor, that's correct.
The MVets post 2012 represented.
All right, so every year here is our this guy who outdoes me in terms of physical activity. I have no idea how this contraption operates. Once again, another piece of equipment that they never let me ride. All right, so we'll move into the second division now. This is the Hamilton Police Honor Guard, and they'll be followed by the state senator from this area, Bill Coley.
Ty, after that, we've got West Rutherford State Representative, the 51st District, which includes all of Hamilton.
Be followed by Nancy Nix, the Butler County Treasurer. Beautiful dress there, Nancy. She is ready to go for the 4th.
Mary Swain, Clerk of Courts.
Now here's a guy following Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Here's a guy following Mary that always has a whole lot of energy. It's your Butler County Recorder, Danny Crank. Danny usually gives us a shout out and runs and yells into the camera. We always appreciate that.
Thank you, Danny.
And there it is, as always, predictable. Dr. Lisa Mannix, the Butler County Coroner.
We've got Dan Gademeyer. Dan is a judge in our Hamilton Municipal Court. I don't want to say I know it well. I just happen to work in the building.
That's a good excuse.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so this is a float created by the Hamilton High band parents. So they get a little distance from the marching band itself. But boy, what a great job. The band parents proudly support the Hamilton High Big Blue Band. Looks like they've got a canoe represented there.
Yep, definitely in tune with the theme. And here we have our Syrian Shrine Antique Caravan. Love this.
These guys always put on a great show for us. The Shriners are parading to support their 22 Shriners Hospitals for Children. I believe this is a 1949 Ford F4 truck with a 48-star flag. How about that? Beautiful.
Hamilton welcomes the holidays. We got the tree lighting November 21st, 2015, 5:30 at the Butler County Courthouse. Yes, it will be here before we know it.
It is hard to believe that with weather like this, we can even bring up Christmas and the holiday season, but it's coming, folks. All right, we've got some singers on this float.
Zion Evangelical Lutheran Church. Welcome.
Nice job, everybody. Great work.
Ty, we've got the Madison High School Marching Mohawks coming.
Yes, the Madison Mohawk High School Marching Band's directed by Aaron R. West, and they've performed at Walt Disney World in New York City and in Indianapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a listen in.
Little drum cadence there. Another personal tidbit, my son played in the Roger Bacon Band on the drum line. Appeared in this parade numerous times.
This parade certainly has a legacy. You can talk to anybody in Hamilton, and typically they'll be able to tell you a story about this parade. It once again shows the caliber of what you see here in Hamilton, Ohio on Independence Day. It's red, white, and blue all the way down High Street, ladies and gentlemen. There's a young man right off the edge of our camera who's even gone so far to dye his hair red. Either that or his parents forced him, but either way, he's looking good down there. We've got the Mary Berry Tees Red Hat Society. They've been together for 10 years, and this is their 8th year in the parade. Having a lot of fun out there today. Hi again, ladies.
We got the St. Clair Township Fire Department represented.
Hopefully those sirens are loud enough for you at home, folks.
Love that they came out to celebrate with us today.
Absolutely. Now this is one of the old school fire trucks right here. Take a look at that wooden ladder. This is a truck from 7 Mile. We've seen this in the parade before, a 1924 Dodge, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm always a little nervous to mention this part, especially on TV Hamilton, but I am an alum of Fairfield High School, and here they are, folks. It's the Fairfield High School Marching Band, directed by Darren Ling and Jill Wilhelm. They've earned a consistent superior rating at the Ohio Music Education Association state finals year after year. Usually they cue up the fight song because they know I'm here. Let's take a listen in and see what they've got in store this year.
I saw the signal. Here we go. I'll clap along.
I wish you could have seen the look on the Fairfield AD's face when I told him I was announcing games for Hamilton High School. Talk about treasonous activity, but hey, if it pays the bills, that's where I'm headed.
Absolutely.
At Fairfield High School Marching Band, always impressive, I should say. And we've got a little lag time in the parade, so we definitely want to talk about an area here that Mark knows very well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Ty. I mean, we're sitting here at the corner of 2nd and High Street, and anybody who's been down this block recently knows what's going on over here with StarTech coming in and bringing numerous jobs to the city. The former building here, we'll say it's the older Bierman building, it's 150 High Street, is going to house StarTech's call center, as well as Jackson's Produce Market, and Kettering Health Network is actually going to have some space in there as well. And as we look down the street, we can't help but wonder, you know, a year ago, what a difference.
Yep.
Because in front of the what is now the Art Space building used to be this grill that covered the beautiful facade of that building, which is now restored to its former glory. I mean, it's just beautiful.
And Mark, you can't help but feel a sense of pride when it comes to what's happened down here. And you know, for all the people who have believed in these projects, there's probably been just as many pessimists who have said the city of Hamilton can't see a revival, and now you can't help but look in the rearview mirror and say, how you like me now?
It's amazing when you see the number of shops that have opened in the last year and those that are planning to open in the next year.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I'm lucky. Most people don't even realize. They think I work for TV Hamilton. I actually work for the city of Hamilton. I'm a project manager, and it's a good time to be part of this city. Whether you live here, you work here, you play here, that's the goal.
And it's been an intuitive, creative approach to let's not just focus on one industry or one big project. Let's try to really fill the street. Let's try and really look at every possible space and see where we can fit people in. So on behalf of everyone here in the city of Hamilton, job well done to you and everybody who's worked so hard on these projects. It's just, as a kid who grew up in this area and now seeing it really come back to life, it's just so wonderful to see that return.
Well, certainly the kudos are deserving of all the city departments, the utilities in particular, Public Works. We just work with a lot of good people up here.
Without a doubt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kitsch Greenhouses Steam Calliope out of Miamisburg, Ohio. That is an impressive piece of machinery.
Definitely gives an old-time feel.
It does. And that's another thing about this development that I will say is that it looks new, but it also looks old, if that makes sense. It's got this classic feel to it that really respects the city's history, and I think that's what's made it such a special redevelopment down High Street.
Well, it's refreshed, it's revitalized.
It's a great word, great word.
It's revitalized. It's just amazing what's going on down here. You know, and I'll say, while we got this little bit of a lull here, if you haven't come up to a concert at River's Edge,
Oh, yeah.
it's just amazing.
Lots of good things going on here in this city. You'll see in your screen now lots of green, and that green comes from the New Miami Marching Band, who's performed at all home football games, University of Cincinnati Band Day, and at various community events throughout the year. Let's listen in and see what they've got to offer. I think small but mighty is the phrase they usually use to describe that band, and that rings true again here today. One more absence that you'll notice in this year's parade is actually the team I announced for, the Hamilton Joes Baseball Club. Every year for as long as the team's been around, we've actually had a home game on July 4th, and we've loved seeing everybody come out for that game. Well, this year it happened to be a road game. The guys actually had to get on the bus, I believe, to head. It was either up to the Cleveland area or up to Michigan. They usually have a huge float that comes out. They hand out free tickets, but at 8:30 a.m. they loaded the bus at Foundation Field. And folks, if you have not been out to a Joe's game, please come support Hamilton's premier collegiate baseball squad. They were just on a 10-game winning streak. They're in first place in the league. You definitely want to come out and watch some great baseball. Visit HamiltonJoes.com if you want to learn more. And once again, we could not make today's parade possible without the help of the electric department from the city of Hamilton. They get out here and hook up all these wires and all the power that runs to our camera and our truck. The police department as well. They are out here early in the morning, and they'll be here late during tonight's festivities, making sure everyone is safe and secure at a time like this. No one deserves more thanks than the police department from the city of Hamilton. And also Diane Evans, our parade organizer. I tell you what, folks, it's not just like these cars roll up one day and start walking down the street. This takes a lot of work, a lot of forethought, and a lot of planning, and Diane does it effortlessly every year. So Diane, on behalf of TV Hamilton and the entire city, thank you for making this year's parade another great success.
Want to remind everybody, too, our theme this year is celebrating Hamilton's history, the Great Miami River. We've got a number of floats who are entered to win some cash prizes awarded by the Michael J. Colligan Fund at the Hamilton Community Foundation.
And Mark, I am a little surprised and also a little bit relieved that we have not had any, shall I say, interactive water displays.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
I thought it was coming. This is the Hamilton Blue Stars. This is a youth football team in Hamilton. Some great action down there, some future Big Blue All-Stars. Hopefully get out there and we'll see a winning season this year for Hamilton Big Blue football. Lori Thangman is leading the cheerleaders. These are our Little Blue cheerleaders. Boy, they are loud.
You know, Ty, about that water thing, we're only through Division 3, or starting Division 3.
They may be saving the hoses for the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
St. Anne's Pack 907 rolling through the square now.
Gotta love the Cub Scouts. Got their blue and gold signage up here.
Boy, that sign is very intricate. They did a great job on that.
They sure did. Looks like they've got the Arrow of Light Award showing prominently on that sign. I actually earned the Arrow of Light when I was
Did you now?
in my youth, absolutely.
How about that?
Yes, they did have it way back then.
You said it, not me.
Pack 924, absolutely. I was a Cub master. Hey, Kelly. Friend of mine, a member of that Cub pack.
And we've got more footballers and more cheerleaders. This is the Hamilton Little Blue Bulldogs football. Grades K through 6.
Oh, I've got 3 daughters, Ty. I remember when they were this little and doing the dancing and stuff like this. Makes my heart melt.
4th of July, always a good time for memories, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, this is Serve Pro of East Central Cincinnati. Special shout out actually to my stats guy, John Dotson from the Hamilton Joes. He's an employee of Serve Pro, and when he's not slaving away for me at Foundation Field, he's slaving away for them. And this is Boy Scout Troop 935, directed by Ken O'Connor. And more baseball. This is the Butler County Challenger League.
Cub Scouts very well represented. We've got Cub Scout Pack 926 coming up in a very nice boat.
It's easy to decorate that one, right?
Yeah, I wonder if they do some Cub Scout outings with that piece of equipment. Very, very nice.
I believe they've actually got 2 floats.
A very large Cub Pack 926. Look at that, looking like they're camping. Hey guys. The Scouts well represented. We've got the American Heritage Girls Troop 226, building Women of Integrity. The American Heritage Girls. Nicely decorated float.
That one
ladies,
definitely took a lot of time. Look at all that tissue paper involved on that one. And this is the Girl Scouts of Hamilton Trails. They've got another boat rolling through. And look at that, a little trailer on the end of that one. Looks like they're doing some tubing. I like that, nice touch. A lot of young ladies on this float. There are 2 girls on that float who almost had a heart attack when they saw a camera in their face. That is always one of the most entertaining pieces of what happens during this square is you have some kids who will do anything to get on a camera, and then you have others who will do anything to get out of it. Those ones who try to get out of it, those are the ones we like to actually put on the camera. It's more entertaining for us. And once again, I'll reiterate, hopefully you can really soak up the sunshine through your television sets, but it is an absolutely perfect day for a parade. We're at about 70, 75 degrees here in downtown Hamilton, and the crowd reflects that as well. Lots of people, and if you've never been, and we love that you're watching this on TV, but hopefully you'll come down and join us for this if you didn't attend this year. There's food all around the square at the courthouse. You can always grab a meal there. Some very tasty local traditions, things like Flub's ice cream, Richard's steak sandwiches, lots of great eateries that you can frequent around the square. And then tonight, there's more festivities that continue throughout. I believe fireworks again, if
We've
I'm not
got
mistaken.
a concert, yeah, and there's a concert tonight even before all that.
Really doing it right here in Hamilton, Ohio, and we hope you'll join in the fun.
In fact, I'll have to get my Richard steak sandwich on my way out today.
That's not a bad idea.
Love my Richard steak sandwiches.
I believe this is the 2015 Miss Ohio State Virtue, Autumn Rogers. She just made her way through the square, looking beautiful, representing the crown very well. Now, Mark, I want to warn you, this is always an extremely loud float, so make sure you're ready for that. Coming down High Street now, it's students from the Butler Tech School of the Arts. They usually have a great performance.
Well, given how far down the street they still are, is that them I can hear already?
That is them.
My goodness.
What's Independence Day without a little hearing damage, you know?
Absolutely.
Between the fireworks and the parade, we want to make sure that all those ear doctors throughout Hamilton are getting their business.
So it sounds like we're going to see, what does it say on their sign? Music, dance, theater, visual.
Butler Tech has really expanded beyond a lot of your traditional vocational. When you think vocational, you probably think welding and construction, all of those things, but Butler Tech's become much more than just that.
Oh, absolutely. And they've got a great facility now in the former Journal News building.
They do.
It's amazing. I've been in it several times. Beautiful facility.
All right, let's listen in and see what they've got. Boy, they sound great.
A lot of talent there.
Excellent job. Horses Are Us of Butler County. I have no idea what they do, but I'm interested to find out, just intrigued by the name alone.
The Greater Hamilton Safety Council, Safety Town.
I always remember Safety Town as a kid. That was a ton of fun. Always
Officer Bob.
Going to that. Yep.
Officer Bob Gentry. I had the opportunity to interview Officer Bob on the show I do for the City Vision. What a great time. What a great guy. Hi, Christy.
There's Officer Christy Collins, who's taken over for Officer Bob Gentry.
Yep, our police chief, Craig Bucay. Hey, Craig. Look at that. It's a nice wrap on that city vehicle.
That is wonderful.
Stand up and salute.
And a number member from the Butler County Sheriff's Department. A little playful banter between them and the Hamilton Police Department back here. Always good to see that. In a job like that, you have to find the moments of levity when you can. And once again, we thank the men and women of the armed forces as well as our public safety officials who keep us safe day in and day out. Thanks again, ladies and gents.
Boy Scout Troop 956.
And when it comes to history, that float does it very well. They've actually got some of the, we'll call them significant water issues that Hamilton has experienced. That's a nice way of saying flood. It's actually got those depicted on the side of that float. Nice to see that they know that history. Doug Trimmer of Trimmer Hardware in that float, so a special shout out to him. And I believe we're going to be moving into our final division of the parade.
It looks that way.
I know people like to crisscross across the street in between these divisions, but this parade is moving so fast, you might want to watch out. Think twice about running across the street this year. If the speed limits were enforced on this parade, we might have some revenue enhancement, let's say. All right, so this is Butler County Scouts, 103 years. Look at the history there.
Celebrating 103 years. That's amazing. 1912 to 2015.
All right, so this is the Last
Gentlemen.
Ohio Militia, a survival preparedness organization that focuses on the needs of families during times of strife. When we think of service, we often think of just, the armed forces, or we think of the public safety officials, but on a day like Independence Day, you really expand that definition. There are so many community individuals who make Hamilton a special place to live. The Last Ohio Militia, part of that service.
Ty following up close behind them. We have the Edgewood Cougars High School Marching Band under the direction of John Arnold and Nick Fields. And I think I just heard Snoopy and his Sopwith Camel come overhead.
And I will say Edgewood has a very nice place for their band to perform. We are blessed in the Butler County area to have some great high school athletic arenas. And Edgewoods, folks, if you haven't been out there, go take a look at that. It is one of the most beautiful. Hamilton's got a nice one. Edgewood, just the same. Very, very well-designed facility out there. So this band, under the direction of John Arnold and Nick Fields, let's take a listen to the Marching Cougars out of Trenton, Ohio. Folks, you can't hear it at home, but our station director and cameraman, Steve Caldwell, is actually singing the words of that song into my headset.
Radioactive, and I've never heard it done more poorly.
Poorly by Steve, not
Yes,
by the Edgewood Cougars.
yeah.
They did a great
Thank
job.
you, Ty.
It was the music.
Thank
you
you
can
for
you can
correcting
send
that.
all of your complaints to Mark Murray, City of Hamilton. I had nothing to do with that. That was not in the script. No, they did a great job.
Yeah,
there.
they absolutely did. But
Wonderful
Steve,
job.
keep your comments to yourself.
Yeah, Steve, don't quit your day job. All right, this is the Eaton Road Church of God. They've also got some veterans along with their float from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Some decorated bicycles here. And see, these are the people who really appreciate the fact that it is not 90 degrees outside
Absolutely.
right now. We've either had those years where it's just blistering hot, or you'll have other years where it's pouring down rain, and nobody appreciates it more than the ones who are not given the fortune of being inside of a vehicle. All right, so how about this? A presidential candidate who's got representatives here. This is Rand Paul, running for our nation's highest office, and they'll be followed by a beautiful Humvee. And a Humvee going the appropriate speed for today's parade.
We've got Mr. Reuter Plumbing service that helps with all kinds of plumbing needs. Mr. Reuter.
Happy 4th of July!
All right, so I believe following them, we've got the Knights of Columbus.
Yep, absolutely.
Fraternal organization. Butler Council 968. Now, even though it's cool out, I bet these guys are still a little warm.
But they look sharp.
Take a look at that shirt right there. It's got the Constitution, the words of the Constitution written on it, along with a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial. If you've ever been to Washington, D.C., you talk about a city that will take your breath away anytime, but you spend some time there in the Lincoln Memorial and really just sit and read the words from the Gettysburg Address. I don't care how strong you are, it'll bring tears to your eyes.
Pretty moving. I've been there myself. Here we've got the Right to Life of Butler County. Coming out and celebrating with us today. Got a lot of folks here from Right to Life of Butler County.
Yeah, they always bring a very large contingent,
They
that's
sure
for
do.
sure.
I see some folks I know in this contingent. Well, there's Dottie Cash. Hey, Dottie.
And they do not limit it to just the two-legged variety. We've got one of our four-legged friends there. Might as well kill two birds with one stone. You get your parade in, you also get your dog a nice walk. It's amazing, Mark. You know, I've been doing this parade now. This is my 5th year, and I can still picture what the facade looked like down High Street that first year I did it, and how much it's changed just over these 5 years and how beautiful it looks.
Yeah, it's amazing. Again, with that show I do with the City Vision, we were able to show everybody and showcase the Mercantile Loft.
I saw that episode.
And we've done a couple now for Art Space. Beautiful buildings.
So this is a Benjamin Franklin Lodge, 719. That'll be a Cadillac rolling through with more members of the Benjamin Franklin Masonic Lodge. This is Lodge 719. Got the top down on this next one, and a beautiful day for it.
Their entry says they are supporting our independence.
We've got Aglow International Prayer Group in the Hamilton Community Lighthouse, located at the Presbyterian Church on Front Street. And I believe this will be City Taxi and City Transport, Inc. You can call them for a ride. They've got a truck. Look at the insignia on that, the Brickyard 400. They got a little excited when they saw the camera. And they've got a few of their taxi vehicles coming through now. If you need a ride, you know where to go. It's City Transport and City Taxi. All right, now are these the diesel trucks that I was warned about?
I believe so, 513 diesels. It says we are a group of diesel enthusiasts that enjoy participating in community events to show support to the community and show off our trucks.
And these are some big ones.
Man, they are showing them off beautifully. My goodness. You know, Ty, given how beautiful today is, the last time I was out on this corner, it was for the Santa Parade. The rain had just ended, a very cold rain, and it was the first parade I was able to do for TV Hamilton.
Yeah,
really enjoyed it.
That's the assignment I pass on.
Oh, okay.
Steve Caldwell, if he calls around November, I just let it go to voicemail.
Ignore those calls.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, I am a fair weather fan all the way through.
Well, I tell you, I have absolutely enjoyed being out here this morning.
Absolutely, and you know we give him a hard time, but Steve Caldwell, Sarah Hedgepath, they do a wonderful job filming this parade. They are here much earlier than Mark and I, setting things up. There's a lot of work that goes into a production like this, and they're here all day filming just about everything. So a special thanks to them and all the fine folks at TV Hamilton for the work they do.
Well, you know, Ty, I always tell them that for the stuff that I do for TV Hamilton, I couldn't do it without them. They make me look good.
Absolutely.
Believe me.
And with guys like me and you, that's no easy job.
I know, believe it.
You know it?
Absolutely, believe it. They absolutely make me look good.
I always have a ton of fun. Anytime I get to go down there, we do some shows for the Hamilton Joes, and we're able to talk with them. It's always a blast.
Well, you know the thing, too, with Steve and Sarah, everything they do promotes Hamilton.
It does.
Everything they do.
Absolutely it does. So this is the First United Methodist Church located on Ludlow Street. I think that's the car that I actually get for my escort on the way home.
Forget
right?
that Corvette.
Yeah. I don't get the Corvette. I don't get the diesels. Not even City Taxi. I get the go-kart. It's reflective of my talent level.
Happy 4th, absolutely.
All right, this is the Lane Library Bookmobile. That's another fond memory I have as a kid. Yes, I did go to Fairfield, and yes, I can read. And I always used to go to the Bookmobile. That was an exciting thing. Every 2 weeks they'd come to my neighborhood, and I just always looked forward to that.
Now, there's a favorite of mine, a Mach 1 Mustang. Just makes me wish I was driving my 1978 King Cobra right now. Yes, I do have one. One owner, my first brand new car when I was 19 years old.
How about that?
Oh, did I say the year of that car?
Yes,
yeah,
you did.
Yeah, I just gave away.
And the
Just
viewers
gave-
at home are doing the math.
Yes, absolutely. Roger Bacon, class of 77. Thank
Once
you very
again,
much.
I'll point out everybody on this crew older than I am. And it's always going to be that way, folks. Always.
We've got Texas EquiSearch. Yeah.
All right, and this is finishing out the parade, the Butler County Sheriff's Office on horseback. A great way to end this year's parade. It's another 4th of July parade in the books and another great one. That concludes TV Hamilton's coverage of the 53rd annual 4th of July parade, and a special thanks to parade organizer Diane Evans for all of her hard work putting together this year's event.
In time, we also owe a great debt to the Hamilton Electric Department, as well as our finest Hamilton Police Department.
Absolutely. Couldn't do it without him, and it's great to see him here on this Independence Day. For TV Hamilton, I'm Ty Bradshaw.
And I'm Mark Murray.
So long, everybody.